Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Believe in the Dallas Cowboys. I am the sweaty version, if you're watching on video, of Jeff Cavanaugh from 97.1 The Freak. And that's my co-host. He's not sweating. He's doing great. He's
Not
looking.
yet.
He's in his prime. It's former Cowboys wide receiver Jesse Ollie.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
But unlike you, I've already got my workout in. I get my workout in at 6 a.m. So
You're right.
I've done the do already.
No, you're right. No, yeah, I wasn't saying nothing about you. No, I wouldn't say anything negative about you, bud. No, I got my workout in a little later, and it's weird that you don't start sweating until the workout is done. After you're done, and you're like, yeah, Jess, let me fire that link. I know we both don't have a lot of time today. Let me fire that link to you. Your body starts going whoosh. That's cool. We're going to preview Cowboys Patriots. I got some stuff. Jesse got some stuff to get you ready for. But first, I need to tell you that this presentation is brought to you by our friends at Bet Online, where football, I don't know if you know this, football's back. Bet Online, number one source for all your sports wagering info, up to the minute stats, news, scores, matchup breakdowns, get the latest game odds, spreads, totals for NFL, college football, whatever else you like to get a little action on. From week one all the way through the playoffs, the Super Bowl, Bet Online gives you the best access to football promotions and contests anywhere. Check them out, Bet Online. You can go to the website or use your mobile device. Use our promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, and that'll get you a 50% sign-up bonus on that first deposit. Hey, Jesse.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Chilling. I was just putting together my little preview for radio today of Cowboys Patriots. How you feeling? You looking good? Feeling good? Everything's good?
Yeah, man. This is the first year, and I know I am the known hater of this show and of this area.
Yeah.
But this is the first year that I've had the unwavering confidence heading into this season. And last week's performance, while disappointing, while there was more disappointing on the defensive end, but there were some disappointing things offensively as well. I feel a bounce back coming. I feel a bounce back coming. Because there were things that I saw defensively that I was like, what are we doing? Like, why are we jumping two gaps over? Why are we like running into blocks and just staying on them? Why are we just being super overzealous? And it was things that are easily correctable. They were head scratchers, and they were coming from people who normally don't have these type of alignment, assignment, effort mistakes. So my belief in this team having a bounce back, and on top of, everyone talking about the red zone deficiencies, which was put an emphasis on this week in practice. I just have a feeling that this is going to be a bounce back week for the Cowboys.
Just be clear here. When you say bounce back, you talking about a good little thumping?
No, the Patriots are still really good defensively, and they confuse the hell out of a lot of people. And I don't quite, I don't know what it's going to be for the offensive line. So if the communication is there, we could see some things really pop off in a good way. But if we're missing linemen and the communication is not there, they can confuse you a lot defensively. You just can't line up and run forward on them. They got a really good stout defensive front who they don't mess up alignment assignments. They don't jump gaps. They don't miss where they're supposed to be. So I'm not saying a thumping, but I'm saying offensively we can get back on the right track, score a couple red zone touchdowns. I do think defensively, Mac Jones to me is not a good quarterback. I do think defensively we can get back to a place where we're being talked about again as being one of those top defenses in the league.
Yeah, as long as you could put it in Mac's hands. Because I'll tell you what they would love to do. They would love to hand it to Ramondre, hand it to Ramondre, hand it to Zeke, hand it to Zeke, hand it to Ramondre, hand it to Zeke, hand it to Ramondre, hand it to Zeke, and never have Mac Jones throw a pass.
And then hit Hunter Henry every once in a while.
Yeah, and Hunter Henry can have one for 7 yards, 8 yards right there. Like they don't have impressive weapons. They don't have an impressive quarterback. I don't think they have a very good offensive line either. There's a lot of things that I don't like about the Patriots team. I think I've just got a gross enough taste in my mouth from last week and enough respect for their defense that, like, I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win, but in the same way that every Patriot game this year has been a one-score game. Everyone. And I don't believe, let me make sure I have my scores right. I don't believe they've given up 30 this year, and they've played the Eagles and the Dolphins.
Right?
Yeah, all one-score games, 25-20 Philadelphia beat them. 24-17, Miami beat them. And I think the Cowboys will do the same, like 24-17. But the Patriots, what I worry about is Bill Belichick does such a good job of saying, all right, who's your best guy? And who's your guy that kicks everybody's ass? All right, he ain't kicking our ass. Like Tyreek Hill had against them like 45 yards, 40. I think 5 catches for 40 yards. His other 2 games are like 175 and 215. But Bill Belichick's like, no, you're going to find somebody else. It ain't going to be him. And so odds are CeeDee Lamb's going to have a tough day. That's what Belichick's going to be like. Yeah, not him. No, not going to happen. And so then you have to figure it out another way. And it lines up in a way that the Cowboys offense could look bad this week. Because if you want to talk about where the Cowboys haven't been good, I didn't think it was going to be a problem, or at least not a big problem, replacing Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz, 70% of the time you targeted him, it was a catch. Yeah. And over the last 2 years, that was for 10 yards per. Your tight ends right now, it's about 55% completion for 5 yards. So you're getting nothing from tight end so far. And they're going to try to take away CeeDee. You've run it fine, but that's also their defensive strength.
Yeah.
So I actually think I don't think it's an easy game, even though I don't think the Patriots are that good. I think it lines up. The Patriots' strengths and what they do well lines up to take away things from the Cowboys. So you're just going to have to play some good defense.
Now, running the ball wise, I like running on the edges. Like that has to be your focus today. Like this has to be one of those games where we're not trying to go A gap, B gap. Like we're trying to get that thing on the outside. We're trying to run a little bit off tackle. We're trying to run, maybe even I like to call them long handoffs, like some short passes, like right now, like smokes and hitches and things like that, just to get the ball into those spaces. What they do on the inside is really solid. The thing about Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick will always keep a pass rusher, Matthew Judon, and he's going to keep some good safeties and at least a good corner. And he has that. He has
Duggar, Peppers, Gonzalez.
Like he has, like you look at all the Patriots teams from the beginning of time since Bill Belichick has got there. I can for sure you there was a solid corner, there were good safeties, and there was some dude who was able to rush the passer. Like those are staples in Bill Belichick's defense. Like you can bet your bottom dollar on that. So yes, to that point. But this is the game for me where, all right, Brandin Cooks, let's go. Like I get game 1 of the season was a rainy mess. I get game 2 of the season you missed due to injury. Game 3, okay, cool. All right, now it's time to show up, Archer. Like now it's time to be who we brought you on this football team to be. Now it's time to be, all right, cool. You've been a great mentor to other kids in this locker room, but now this is the moment where we need you to step up. And I'm not trying to be messy. I'm not trying to be hot clicks or hot bait, but there may be something. Just I don't know. Maybe it's just a wide receiver diva, but there may be a little something because I read into things that people say publicly when they aren't provoked to say certain things. And CeeDee came out yesterday and he made this comment about the red zone, and he talked about maybe I should touch the rock more.
Oh, maybe you should have tried to touch the rock instead of stopping and bitching.
Yeah. But that to me, it's like the Justin Fields things when he's asking questions, he's like, yeah, coaching, and then it's like, well, I didn't quite mean that. No, you meant what you said, and now you'll backtrack on it. But when CeeDee said that, I was just like, is there trouble in paradise between he and Dak? Does he feel like he's not getting the ball enough? I mean, the first 2 games he had, I think, 11 targets apiece. It's a lot. But I do think CeeDee's kind of getting to that point where he wants to be in that elite category conversation. He wants to, his payday is coming, and he understands and knows anytime I'm not dominating like those guys, then that's a potential way of the Cowboys saying, well, I know you want to get paid elite money, but the numbers say, in your last season that maybe you weren't in the elite status, and so we're going to take a couple hours off. But I don't know. I'm going to monitor that, but not monitor that situation.
Yeah, I mean, that one would be easy for me if I was Dak. And look, Dak is obviously far from perfect. He's the, 8th best quarterback in football or whatever. And CeeDee's probably the 8th best receiver in football or whatever. But that one would be easy to me. I'd be like, hey, I heard you wanted the ball more, but I remember when I threw it to you that you didn't even try to catch it. So that was weird. Do you promise to try to catch it, or are you going to turn to the ref and Luka me?
I would just text a clip to him like, oh yeah, about wanting the ball. Hey, look at that. Arizona, right corner of the end zone. You didn't even fight for it.
Yeah. Rookie.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wanted us to be on the one and not get credit for a touchdown. You wanted the ref to give us a penalty instead of a touchdown. What were you doing? What was your deal? Let's talk about it, CeeDee.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
So,
Let me see. Is there anything else I need in here? I need better stuff out of tight ends. I need. I
and
need to know who's playing left tackle.
Yeah, here we go. We're on the same page. We do.
I need to know who's playing left tackle because, okay, I got a theory. And I don't know. I haven't read all quotes if they said why they did it the way they did it, but I got a theory now on Chuma Edoga at left tackle, Tyler Smith staying at guard. I got a theory. My theory is Biadasz out meant we had Brock Hoffman. Martin out meant my right guard was TJ Bass. And so my left guard, like, did I really want the interior to be practice squad dude, backup, and backup? Or do I want that interior to have somebody next to my backup center, and then I'll make the backup guard play some tackle because I'm just trying to not have all right next to each other. And so if was a fifth, if the injury report and how they're practicing is any indication, I would think you're going to have Zack Martin, and I would think you're going to have Tyler Biadasz, and I would guess you're not going to have Tyron. So now if I've got Biadasz and Martin, I can move Tyler Smith wherever the hell I want because I'm not going to have three dudes in the middle. I'm not going to surround my backup center with backups also. Now I've got my center. I've got my all-pro right guard. I can do whatever's best for everybody else and not worry about Brock Hoffman.
No, I think your theory is great. I think you're onto something there. I think last week when because you remember the Tyron injury happened Saturday, right? Like that, it happened Saturday. It wasn't like it led into the week and you had opportunity to kind of adjust to it. It happened Saturday after their ramp up practice or during their ramp up practice. So to change the game plan at that point in time, to your point, to now going from, no left tackle and then putting my left guard out to left tackle now and having, all inexperience in the middle of that offensive line with a quarterback who I know needs to have at least a halfway decent clean pocket to complete balls down the field. I'm going to leave essentially my second best offensive lineman right where he's at, and we'll make adjustments if needed to the left tackle side, whether that be a back or tight end or however you want to do it. Thankfully, there wasn't a big worry on there wasn't a dominant pass rusher that we would have like, oh my God, there's a Matthew Judon going out there against that offensive line. But I think you're on to something. But now that you have those guys back, I'll go ahead and just shift Tyler Smith out the left tackle, and then you can make adjustments on the inside. I think that's what they should do. I don't know what the indication will be. We'll find out pretty soon. But yeah, I'm with you. I like your theory.
All right, I got 24-17 Cowboys, and give me a Deuce Vaughn touchdown. Did he even play last week? I don't know. But they know because they're like, damn, we couldn't score any points. We couldn't push. They wouldn't let us push the ball down the field. And we couldn't score any points. How could we have scored some points without pushing the ball down the field? Let's give it to that tiny son of a bitch and watch him shake people. Deuce Vaughn touchdown, 24-17 Cowboys.
I'm in the same range. I'm thinking like 21-23 for the point total for the Cowboys.
Nobody says the score backwards like that ever. What are you doing?
What did I do? Oh,
say like 21-23. But nobody ever puts the lower. Oh, for the Cowboys, they'll score between there.
Yeah.
I thought you were throwing out the final prediction.
23-ish for the point total for the Cowboys. Let's go 23-10 Cowboys. 2 passing touchdowns to CeeDee Lamb this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, a little
touchdowns. Yeah, okay. This is
shut up.
That's usually how it happens. It usually when your star player or anything like that comes out and says anything like that, you usually try to find ways to get them the football just to keep the marriage happy, happy receiver, happy life.
Mm-hmm.
And then a Tony Pollard touchdown. So there's your 3 touchdowns in there somewhere, maybe. But yeah, I know the math ain't mathing, but it's all right.
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's just you have a.
I said 21-23. That like in that range for the
21 score. Works and 23 works too. If you miss an extra point or you go for 2 at some point and don't get it, we can get you there. No problem.
So I'm going 23-10.
Okay, rock and roll. Okay, well, everybody enjoyed the game. kick their ass. It's going to be
Yes.
lovely. We'll see if I do
Zeke will be back. He'll be emotional. They'll probably do a tribute to Zeke. Before we go, are you into the tribute to Zeke, or you're like,
I'm indifferent. I'm like, cool. I'm fine. Yeah, that'll be neat. Go ahead. It's probably a good idea. I'd rather him be like, oh, yay, before the game than I will kill you all. So yeah, that's cool. Give him a little
think the crowd will like cheer Zeke when he touches the ball, or boo?
They won't boo. They'll cheer him.
They'll go
They'll
Zeke.
cheer Zeke.
Go Zeke.
They'll cheer Zeke. Unless he scores to like win the game at the end. Then they'll boo the Cowboys, which will be cheering for Zeke, but booing the Cowboys. So I don't know what that sounds like.
Yeah, I'm all in for the tribute video. I think Zeke's done enough for a tribute video. It's just the way in time that we are right now. So tribute video to Zeke. I think the crowd.
Oh, they're gonna love Zeke, Jesse. Everybody loves Zeke.
Yeah, I think they may. I don't know. I'm indifferent. I don't know if they're gonna Zeke or they're gonna boo.
Only analysts hate Zeke because we hated the contract and knew he was washed a year too early. And we don't hate Zeke.
No, we love Zeke, the person.
We hate how Jerry did with Zeke.
And we love. I do. I love Mama E. I love Dawn. I love Miss Elliott, Mama E. So, yeah.
All right. Well, have a good day, Jesse. I love you, buddy.
All right, brother.
All right. Kick ass. Go Cowboys. Or don't go Cowboys. If they lose, that's fine too. We'll talk about that too. Thanks to Bet Online for presenting this thing. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through, so be cool to everyone. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.